Hello, this is Mr. Hornby 83. This is the Mr. Hornby 83 show. And today I am going to talk about Jeff Cobb possibly being all elite and us possibly not knowing about it yet. But I will talk about that in this video. But before I do, I got to give the warning. This video is not for kids under the age of 14. And the reason why I say under the age of 14 is because AEW is usually a TV-14 product. So, with that out of the way, this video is not for kids under the age of 14. So, I was watching Tommy Toy Travels the other day on YouTube. He was at PAX 2020. And he was interviewing the people that created the Retromania game, which features a lot of different wrestlers from a lot of different companies. And he named off some of the wrestlers that were in the game. And one of the wrestlers he named was Jeff Cobb. But instead of saying Ring of Honor's Jeff Cobb, he said AEW's Jeff Cobb. He also talked about the Road Warriors are in the game. He also talked about other wrestlers like NWA wrestlers and that. Well, he didn't say NWA wrestlers, but they showed a part of the game where you see NWA wrestlers in the game as well. And you see the NWA arena. The current NWA arena, which is the one Billy Corgan runs. And, the reason why that's a picture of my mom and my grandma. But the reason why I want to talk about it is because maybe AEW signed Jeff Cobb secretly. And it hasn't been announced yet, but if they did sign him secretly, they've done a pretty good job of keeping it a secret because no other wrestling channels or news reporters have announced that Jeff Cobb is signed with AEW. So if they did sign him, first of all, when are they going to bring him out to wrestle? And I'm pretty sure they'll probably have him at this week's Fyter Fest or Fight for the Fallen pop up. And the reason why I say Fyter Fest for this coming week or Fight for the Fallen is because on this past Wednesday's episode with Fyter Fest, they teased the breakup between MJF and Wardlow. But also, Brian Pillman Jr. was in the audience. So I don't know if Brian Pillman Jr.'s joined with AEW or what, but I'm thinking, and also with the Inner Circle, it looks like they are devaluing them, which means they're probably about to split up here soon, which would, I guess suck for Hager. But I'm sure Hager could find something to do. But, so, they are going to split up the Inner Circle. I got some ideas on that, which I'll probably talk about. I'll probably do an AEW video on Facebook Wednesday talking about all the AEW stuff going on. But, anyway, so if they did sign Jeff Cobb, maybe, probably not at Fyter Fest this Wednesday, but next Wednesday, Fight for the Fallen. We're probably going to see Wardlow and MJF wrestle in a match. And that's probably where Jeff Cobb comes back. They gave him the character of being the assassin because the last time he was on AEW TV, he took on Jon Moxley. And he was supposed to injure Moxley, but he really didn't do too much after Moxley freaking beat him. But then him and the Inner Circle just beat the crap out of Moxley after the match. So, but if they are bringing Jeff Cobb in, and he is signed with AEW, then they'll probably pair him with MJF. He'll be MJF's new, muscle or bodyguard, whatever you want to say. I mean, he may not be too tall. He's only like, probably between 5'11" and 6'2". But he's still a pretty big dude, and he looks like a bad mofo. So, seeing seeing Jeff Cobb in AEW would be awesome. And he's probably going to be with MJF. He's going to take the place of Wardlow. And they'll probably later on branch him off by himself. But if the plan is to do that, or maybe since the Inner Circle is getting devalued right now, and they're probably going to break up, maybe MJF's going to have his faction. Maybe MJF's faction will be the next big heel. Now, if they do a heel faction, who's going to be in it? Well, first one would be MJF. Then the second one would probably be Jeff Cobb. Then, if you do have Brian Pillman Jr. signed, you could sign Brian Pillman Jr. You could have Brian Pillman Jr. be a part of that team. But then you need one other guy. Now, you could probably go with Shawn Spears because he's not going anywhere or doing anything right now. He's also looking for a tag partner, which I also think if Inner Circle does split up and Hager flops as a if Hager flops as a singles competitor, he could always be a tag competitor and be that tag team partner that Shawn Spears has been looking for. Either way, you know, if you do a faction with MJF and it's MJF, Jeff Cobb, Brian Pillman Jr., and Shawn Spears, that'd be good. I mean, you could still probably have Jake Hager be with MJF, but then that would be stupid because he was with Jericho. Now, maybe Hager could stick with Jericho as Jericho's bodyguard, because I don't think Jericho will go face after the Inner Circle splits up. But you never know what they could do. We'll just have to wait and see. But I hope this is true, that Jeff Cobb is officially assigned with AEW, because that gives the AEW another big guy in their company. Yeah, he's not real tall like Brian Cage and frickin' Wardlow or Luchasaurus or Jake Hager or Brody Lee, but he's a big dude. He's not a small 235 or under guy. He's like between what, 260 and 280, maybe even in the 300-pound range. So yeah, if you do have Jeff Cobb signed, it'd be a good thing. And I can't wait to see Jeff Cobb on AEW. And I think on AEW, not only could he fight for the mid-card title, which is the TNT title, he can also fight for the World Heavyweight Championship and possibly maybe win it once. I mean, do I think of Jeff Cobb the way I think of Brian Cage? Probably not, but you know, Jeff Cobb's still big enough star to where he can have at least one world title run. So, you know, I think that would be a good thing if AEW did sign Jeff Cobb, and whenever they bring him out, which might be Fight for the Fallen, or Fyter Fest this week, who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, so maybe AEW did secretly sign Jeff Cobb when he came on there to be the assassin for the Inner Circle. So we'll have to wait and see. Maybe he's a part of the Inner Circle and he's going to come out and, you know, fix things with the Inner Circle. Who knows? Or maybe he'll replace Guevara, since Guevara is out right now. Who knows? But, yeah, so I hope that it is true that Jeff Cobb is a part of the AEW roster, because that's a good signing. And I think he'd be perfect in AEW. And he could fight for the world title, maybe get one title run. And he could fight for the mid-card title as well, so yeah. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of possibly Jeff Cobb might secretly have been signed by AEW. Let me know in the comments below. Please like this video, subscribe for more. Follow me on Twitter at Mr. Hornsby83. Follow me on Facebook, the Mr. Hornsby 83 Show Facebook fan page. Follow my business page, which is Trigen Toys. I have put Messenger on there, so if you got some action figures you're looking to sell that are retro, you can sell them to me so I could go sell them to other customers. But yeah. Also, I just did 2 Facebook Lives last night. One was giving people the last chance to choose for between the Street Fighter the movie game and the WrestleMania arcade game for Saturn. And I had a friend, he picked the WrestleMania game, and I played through the WrestleMania game and won the WWF Championship. And, you know, so yeah. But that'll do it. Catch you guys later and peace out.